It's quite a chilly morning, but let us talk about the supposed rift within NASA, the National Super Alliance. It is supposed that, and the reports in the media have been that we have a rift between RAILA Odinga and ODM and the other principals together with their political parties. The biggest problem I always have with the other principles that they refuse to put the facts on the table, because when you put the facts on the table, you work easily with RAILA Odinga. It is wrong and quite an illusion for them to live in this mirage that they are equal with RAILA Odinga. Everyone knows that RAILA Odinga is the most influential political leader we have in this country. Everybody knows that RAILA Odinga commands an influence that the three cannot get to combined. This is something they should accept and live with. This is not something they should keep arguing and feeling like they are equal with RAILA Odinga. The other fact they need to put on the table is that they are better off with RAILA Odinga than they are alone. And RAILA Odinga remains the same when he is alone, but they don't remain the same when they are not with RAILA Odinga. Case in point, Moses Wetangula has been the minority leader of the Senate for the last 5 years, courtesy of RAILA Odinga. Moses Wetangula's Ford Kenya has only one senator, who is himself. When you look at the Senate, Ford Kenya has one senator. ANC has about, I think, 2 senators, and Wiper has 3. That means all the parties combined cannot amount to the number of legislators that ODM has when it is alone. Those are the facts that they need to put on the table. And for as long as they continue arguing with these facts, no matter whether they oppose RAILA Odinga, whether they cause a rift in NASA, it will not benefit them much, because at the end of the day, RAILA Odinga will continue reigning supreme. It's also important to note that RAILA Odinga controls his supporters. He decides where his supporters go. But for them, their supporters decide where they go. And that's a big difference. RAILA Odinga decides that we will go left, and his supporters will religiously go left. But for the remaining 3, they cannot decide what their supporters don't want. When they decide what their supporters don't want, they go it alone. It will be important in that case to remember that at one point, Moses Wetangula supported PNU. But in that year, RAILA Odinga still got more votes in Bungoma County than the votes that were given to then PNU. So these are facts that the core principals need to put on table and deal with RAILA with those facts on table. They are better off with RAILA. They need to stop assuming that they are equal with RAILA. Let them accept that if this is a game of brothers, RAILA is the elder brother. If it's a game of elders, RAILA is the chief elder. And let them follow what they are told. But if they continue with the scenario that is going on right now, then I will say that the biggest beneficiary of this rift will be none other than MIGUNA. Why? Because MIGUNA is consistent in what he is doing. Unlike the other principals, Kenyans know that MIGUNA has fought for justice. And that is what he's continuing to fight for. Yeah? He has proven to Kenyans that he is courageous, that he can stand in to ensure that the person who won the election is sworn in. He has proved to Kenyans. And therefore, whether he goes with RAILA Odinga or not with RAILA Odinga, he is seen in the eyes of a Kenyan like a consistent person. And therefore, he will command a certain following. Arguably, a better following than Kalonzo Musyoka, Wetangula, and MUDAVADI. Because they are not consistent, they have not decided what they want. They are not deciding whether they are against RAILA or with RAILA. They are saying they agree with RAILA halfway and disagree with him halfway. That is not how it's done in politics. If you choose to fight RAILA, go it full throttle. Fight him completely. But if you do it halfway and halfway, you keep confusing your supporters, and therefore you don't command any reasonable following. So, rift within NASA or no rift within NASA, the biggest losers if there is a rift, will be the other principles, because they do not command any following. They do not command a threshold of following that Raila Odinga does. And this is the reason why Kalonzo Musyoka, Moses Wetangula, and Musalia Mudavadi will not command a bigger following and any substantive following. The biggest reason is because the three have failed to build a base that can support them. Raila Odinga has built a base. He has the young people. He has Junet Mohammed. He has the Babu Owinos. Yeah? He has the Norman Magayas. He has the Edwin Sifunas who will fight for him because he has built them. And that is why he will continue being the elder, the bigger brother. The others, we cannot talk of anybody in parliament or anybody substantive that has been built by the three. And that is why they have nowhere to stand. When Raila Odinga starts his wars standing on a stool, they start their wars standing on the ground. And that is why they really cannot match the standard of Raila Odinga. My 2 cents.